Okay, we're back. Not really back. This is a new game. I haven't seen anything about it, and I love it. It's called Red Embrace. It's about vampires. You can kind of see his little Teefs here. But this game is different. Where is... not profiles. God. It tells you something. Preferences, load. I don't know where it is. Is it in the start? No, it isn't. Okay. We're gonna go, not back. I want to go to menu because it tells you there's a tutorial in here somewhere. Credits, profiles, like. Our drink of the day is alcohol, so I'm not very patient right now. Preferences, I swear to God, I kept accidentally hitting. I kept accidentally seeing the tutorial. Basically, the tutorial is the choices that you make in the game change the main character's personality, which is a lot different than I've ever seen before. So let's start. I've already done a lot of this, trying to figure out how things worked. So don't blame me. I'm actually really excited about this game. This is only $5, first of all, so I think I highly recommend you buy it. Highly recommend off the bat. I've played, 96% of everything, and it's shorter than a lot of games, but I think the substance is more there than in other games. I'll explain when we get to the end, I promise, but just trust me. It's only $5. I'll put the link in the description. Or you can just Google Red Embrace and buy it. Another regular late night in San Francisco. I can't speak already. Okay. I haven't recorded in a while, so let's try this. Another regular late night in San Francisco. Oh, also, this is also a gay dating sim like Dramatical Murder and Burning Heart. There's literally, no women in this game. Which, honestly, I'm fine with. I think the reason I don't like the Yuri dating sims, it's... the women look like children. I can, suspend disbelief and believe these anime boys are men, but they look like children and it freaks me the fuck out. I feel like I need an ID to play some of those games, and I don't want to. If pedophiles like it, I don't. How about that? There usually aren't many customers around this time. There usually aren't many customers. Oh, okay, it added. I'm going to have to get used to that. Just the occasional junkie or drunk guy trying to get a burger to try and sober up. Okay, Denny's at 2 a.m. really slaps. Go to Denny's at 2 a.m. And here I am staring at the whirring milkshake blender. I don't know why I was saying milk machine. That's a thing, but Jesus. Milkshake blender bored out of my mind. The normal routine. I love this music. The music in this is absolutely killer. I wasn't sure about whether or not to buy this because I usually like longer stories, but the atmosphere in this is really special. I glance up when the doors to the kitchen behind me suddenly swing open. It's Troy, my boss. He gives me a happy wave and grins, and I can tell he's going to call out my name in his usual friendly voice. What's my name? I'm not changing it. If they give you a standard name, I don't know, it's usually best to keep it. I played Hakuoki, and I tried to record it, and it just didn't want to. So, I'm not doing that. Hey, Ash, glad you decided to come in early. Yeah, boss, no problem. I probably shouldn't tell him. I just need the extra money. What? Does he think I come here for fun? Oh my god, some employers, really do think that. It's craziness. It's that the money is the thing. Kind of slow right now, huh? Well, just keep the place cleaned up till someone comes in. I'll be in the back if you need me. Got it. With that, Troy disappears back into the kitchen, leaving me all alone again. Man, I really get why they call it the graveyard shift. It feels like I'm watching over a cemetery sometimes. One that smells like greasy burgers. With a sigh, I reach for... I actually sighed! That's cute. If only I meant to do it. I reach for a rag and start to rub down the counter. Gonna be a long night. I'd rather be stressed running around than stressed sitting in one place. At that moment, I realize there's a customer in one of the booths. There he is! You can't see him, he's not there. When did he get here? I definitely didn't see him walk in. It's a guy in a dark hoodie with a slightly hunched posture. Probably my age, maybe a year or two older. Even though he's sitting down, I can tell he's pretty tall and looks intimidatingly muscular despite the baggy jacket. Can I get points for saying intimidatingly muscular while drunk? Please? Please give me points. Well, shady or not, a customer is a customer. Okay, another reason I like this is because Ash, his standard personality before you change him is pretty spot on with how I feel most of the time. I tuck a menu under my arm and stroll out from behind the counter, heading towards him. He glances up when I get close, gazing at me sharply with two bright blue eyes. But he doesn't say anything. He just stares. Also, that hoodie, like, as soon as they described him with the hoodie, he was my favorite off the bat. Can I at least, like, meet the others before I make a judgment? No, not really. What the hell? Is he coming off a bad trip or something? Or is he just another rude college kid? Probably that one. Okay, so... I don't know. What do you guys want to do? You don't get any options because I forgot to record, and this is just going to go as long as I want it to. We are going to... I don't want to just do what I did last time, but I think I'm going to. We're going to say, hey. Look, right here it says plus charming. So he's more charming now because I chose that. Putting on my most welcoming smile, I slide the menu onto the table. Hello, sir. Can I take your hat, sir? Can I take your hat, sir? Hello, sir. Can I get you anything tonight? A Coke, burger, milkshake? Look at this. What? Why are you surprised at me? The man blinks at me, taken aback by my words. Like, did I say something strange? Why would anything be strange in this game? I didn't think I was being too friendly, but maybe I should have acted more casually. Can you imagine going to work and you're like, can I get you anything? And just like, oh no, I should have been more aloof. Like, hey, you want something? I don't know. What's more friendly or casual than just doing your job? Just coffee. Murmuring as a response under his breath, he finally averts his gaze from my face. His voice is low and husky, not unpleasant, but it makes him sound a bit older than he looks. Why, does he smoke? Why does he seem so tense? I wonder if there's a reason why he's acting all gloomy or if this is just his usual self. Coffee it is then, I'll be right back. I think Ash is really cute. I like the outfits they picked in this game. I turn to head back towards the kitchen, wondering if this guy will even leave a tip. But before I can so much as take a step. What? A hand grabs my shirt, tugging me back. Okay, you're gonna stretch it? You're gonna stretch my shirt. And I'm gonna have to spend like $6 to replace it. Flustered, I quickly glance over my shoulder at the strange man who narrows his eyes at me. Ooh, look at them eyebrows. Ooh, grumpy. Has anyone else come here tonight? Do we see anything special about this man? Look at him! Teefs! A man in a leather jacket with a tattoo on his cheek. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, he's on the title screen. We already saw him. He murmurs under his breath, staring at me so intensely. I swallow a nervous lump in my throat. Ew. Troy, this would be a great time for you to walk out of the kitchen. No, no one likes that. No one like that's come in tonight. Why? He sinks back against the seat cushions at my reply, tightly balling one hand into a fist. Are you gonna beat me up? After a moment, he pulls a cigarette from his pocket and clenches it between his teeth. You can't smoke in here. The flame from his lighter briefly flickers in his bright blue eyes. I cannot read. See? I feel like I'm funnier when I'm drunk, but I'm also stupider. Goes hand in hand. A guilty look flashing over his face. Sorry. Look at how tall he is. He can't even fit on the screen. Sorry. I'll get out of here. Why? You wanted a coffee. Muttering quietly, he starts to push himself out of the booth. Oh God. Sorry, I'm not used to it. But I shove my arm out to stop him. At least wait till you finish your coffee. It's pretty rude to come into a diner and leave without ordering anything after all. He's a weird customer, but I'm kind of curious about why he's so uneasy. And this is the most interesting thing that's happened on any of my shifts, too. Look at his eyeballs. Feelings. The man has... What? What did I do? Yeah, nothing. Okay. The man hesitates, studying me with a suspicious look. Maybe he thinks I've teamed up with this leather jacket guy and he's all worked up about. They must really have a history. We're gonna be nice to him. Why? Because... I don't know. It's less fun and I want to save the fun stuff for later. Charming! We're so charming. I shake my head a little, letting out a patient sigh. Don't worry, I have no clue who Mr. Tattoo Face is. But my boss would get mad at me if I didn't ask a customer to stay, so... Why don't you stick around? It's a pretty good excuse. He pauses for a moment longer and his blue eyes burn into me searchingly, as if he's trying to read my true intentions. Money! When you tip, you give me money. If you stay, you tip and you give me money. But finally he lowers himself back into the booth, giving a reluctant nod. Can't talk. I'll get that coffee then. Don't run away while I'm gone. Right. He seems like he wants to run away. I think it's adorable. With that, I hurry towards the kitchen, setting up a pot of fresh coffee to brew. Troy's on his phone chatting away with his new girlfriend, so I can't ask him if he knows that guy in the booth. He's a strange customer even for this hour, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. I don't want to play therapist or anything, but part of me wants to ask what he's brooding about. Would he tell a stranger, though? Nah. I forgot, this little symbol here is in the logo of Red Embrace. If you tilt it sideways, it kind of looks like the, is it Twilight Princess? One of the Zelda logos. But I think it's really creative to have this going through as an E. Just saying. Because you see it every line, you know. It's really creative to keep it there. When the coffee's done, I grab the cup and head towards the booth, cream and sugar tucked under my free arm. To my surprise, the man is still there. He was staring off into space before, but when I get close, his head jerks towards me. Thanks. He mumbles awkwardly, pulling a cigarette from his lips and snuffing it out in the ashtray. No problem. I set the coffee along with the cream and sugar down in front of him. But I'm not ready. But he just sort of blankly stares at the table, as if he's not sure what to do. Do you, want me to mix it in for you? The cream and sugar, that is. Look at him, he doesn't know what to do! This is how I feel in multiple, like, social situations, but I'll never be confused around food. I'm sorry about it. My offer makes his eyes widen, but after a brief pause, he stiffly nods. Has this guy never had coffee before? Then why did you order it? Huh. Well, I don't really mind, even though it's been a long time since a customer asked me to do this. When do they ask you to do that? When they want something for free, I bet. I grab the cream and pour some into the cup, stirring until the dark liquid turns into a pretty caramel shade. After mixing in a couple spoonfuls of sugar, I push the coffee toward him expectantly. It's not French press, but it's not poison either. Go on. He's so pushy. He takes the cup and lifts it to his lip, looking unsure of himself. Just drink water. He could have said, hey, I guess you don't really pay for water, do you? I don't know. After a long sip, he blinks and a surprised light washes over his face. It's sweet. Oh, did I put too much sugar in? I can get you another cup if you... Who says that? It's an anime. No, it's not. It's dramatic already. It's nice. Nice try, Gail. I tried to, like, out myself for a second. I'm like, no, it's anime, it's anime. Yeah, right. It's just another one of my gay datings. No, it's fine. I like it. I'm serious, though. Like, the only reason I don't, like, look at the other ones is because the women in dating sims and anime, they look really young, and it makes me highly uncomfortable. To my shock, the man's lips curl in a small smile. It makes him seem a lot less intimidating, and the look in his clear blue eyes softens a little. He's seriously an oddball. Odd, but kind of charming in his own weird way. A guy this size who doesn't even know how to drink coffee. Yeah, I thought this was a woman, but it's not. Just then, the diner's door suddenly swings open. A blonde girl strides up to the counter, flopping down on one of the bar stools with a loud sigh. Ah, business is booming as usual. I gotta go see what she wants, but if you need any more coffee or just someone to spill your worries to, let me know, alright? It gets pretty lonely in here sometimes. Aww. Oh, I forgot that happens. So this is the usual, like, brooding look when, like, you can't see a character's sad face. Like, they don't draw their expression, but it looks like that. It's kind of horrifying in this, and I do like it. It makes me feel appropriately, like, scared or worried. Yeah. He lowers his eyes to stare at the depths of this coffee cup, not offering another word. I almost feel bad for leaving him, but I can't exactly ignore a customer. Troy would yell at me until he went hoarse. Sorry about that. Sorry. Hurrying around the counter, I approach the new customer curiously. When I look closer, I realize it's actually a blonde guy and not a girl at all. I love your necklace, bruh. He's so slender and short that he really looks like a girl from behind, but his face is a little too sharp to be a woman's. Don't be sexist. So, do you usually stare like that at everyone who comes in here? I thought waiters were supposed to be welcoming, not creepy. First words that come out of his mouth are pretty coarse, even though he's got a high sing-song voice. I'll try to do a high sing-song voice next time. Hang on. I know, just a little sorry. Just a little tired, that's all. I'm not gonna get you. He purses his lips together scornfully, letting out an annoyed huff. But rather than responding to my question, he turns his head to scan the diner. And his gaze falls on the hoodie-wearing guy in the booth. The blonde stares intently at the other man, who doesn't seem to notice the scrutiny he's getting. What the hell? Is he really just gonna sit here and ignore me? We're gonna try to be polite. This is what I did first. Gentle. We're very gentle. Well, I don't want to make this awkward situation any worse. I place the menu in front of the blonde to get his attention, and he quickly glances back towards me. Sir, would you like to order something? A glass of water, maybe? He looks a little sheepish, but he grabs the menu anyway and starts to sourly flip through it. I just want a soda, any kind. This is how I imagine him. I need to get a bad taste out of my mouth. What, from trying to smoke pot with your friends? I want to dryly ask, but I should probably have a little self-restraint. Grab a nearby cup and head over to the soda fountain, filling it with some sugary yellow... That's Mountain Dew. That probably suits the taste of kids like him. It's too bad he doesn't have a nicer personality to match his cute face. I bet he never wears anything other than that annoying pout. After I slide the cup in a straw in front of the blonde, he tosses a couple dollar bills on the counter. Big spender! Hey, is it always so dead in here? I don't usually come to places like this, but how do you stay open if there's no business? Shouldn't you be bankrupt? His bratty question is one I've heard a lot of before, so it doesn't exactly catch me off guard. We're open during the day too. Most people tend to come here when it's not, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Denny's, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. What? I hit the button. Isn't it boring when nobody comes in, though? He sounds so innocent and curious that my irritation melts away a little bit. I guess it just went forward a couple. Oh, no. Oh, no. Just stop it. Well, I can't touch it for a few seconds now because it's having a moment. Are we done, game? Okay. It's pretty damn boring. Most of our clientele at this hour are just a few folks who are high, drunk, or both. Yeah. Number 2. They don't make for great conversation partners, let me tell you. Let me tell you that. Ha. The blonde snickers, pulling his straw out of its wrapper and shoving it into the glass. He sips a bit of the soda, then idly swirls the straw around with one finger, propping his chin up on his hand. I drink and I burp, and I don't want you to see a damn thing about it. His eyes are a lively, sparkling green, and they watch me with interest. I'd say a blue-green. But barely, though, right? Very pretty. How about any weird types? Weird types? You'll have to be more specific than that. This is a fucking diner. Rolling his eyes, he pauses for a moment, as if thinking over his words more carefully. Like, people who don't really fit in. Don't order food or anything like that. Just kind of look around and, damn it! I accidentally hit the button. Act shady, that type. At the blonde's description, I find my gaze shifting over towards the hoodie-wearing man in the corner. He's looking my way too, and our eyes suddenly meet. Well, he definitely matches the type this kid is talking about, but there's no reason for me to say that. Besides, it's not as if we usually get customers like him. In fact, it's the first time I've ever seen someone who didn't know how to drink coffee. I mean, he didn't even have to order it. It's what I'm laughing at. Like, he ordered coffee and was like... No, I can't say I've seen anyone like that come in here. Maybe they hang out in the seedier parts of town. If you can get seedier than this area, that is. Ooh, somebody's grumpy. It might be my imagination. It's not. At my response, I feel the man in the booth just relaxed a tiny bit. Really? I guess so. The blonde looks a little displeased, but he chews at the top of his straw absent-mindedly. Why, you ask? Are you looking for members of a gang or something? You could say that. He hesitates before replying, shifting in his seat. Don't tell me you're trying to join up with a band of thugs. Kids like you shouldn't fall in with the wrong crowd. My playful remark makes the blonde abruptly straighten his posture, his face screwing up like an angry chipmunk. Who are you calling a kid? I'm 22. Do I have to show you my ID or something? Wow, I must have really hit a nerve. In my defense, he definitely doesn't look 22. I would have guessed 17 or 18, especially considering the way he acts. Sorry. It's just because you're so full of energy, that's all. Yeah, become jaded, a jaded adult like me. I get mistaken for a high schooler sometimes, so I feel your pain. I don't believe that. Like a porcupine retracting its quills, the blonde stops bristling, although he still wrinkles his nose at me. Whew, close call. Anyway, I'm not trying to join a gang. I'm just looking for some certain people, that's all. I figured they might hang around a place like this since it's pretty seedy looking. Not Vince. He smirks at me, tapping a fingernail against the side of his glass. It's kind of hard to argue with that, sadly. Oh, poor Ash. Oh, this isn't the worst part of town, but it's definitely not the best, and the diner could really use some repainting. Okay, I'm gonna say this right off the bat, though. I love this art style of, like, I don't know if you guys can understand, but, like, this, like, dirt stain, like, some of this is just interesting. It's like, this could be flat gray, and that'd be no fun. Hey, why don't you do me a favor? Keep an eye out for anyone like what I described, and if you find someone, give me a call. Pulling a pen out of his pocket, he grabs a nearby napkin and scribbles something down on it. When he shoves it over towards me, I recognize the writing as a name and phone number. You recognize it? Luca, huh? You really want me to call you if I see any random shady customers? You got it. It doesn't seem like you have anything better to do with your time, so why don't you help me out? Fuck this guy. And what are you offering? That's so... Okay, we're doing it. Oh, we're still charming, though. We got 3 charmings and 1 gentle, right? I raise one eyebrow at Luca, who watches me smugly. You're going to offer me something to sweeten the deal, right? There's no reason for me to bother helping you otherwise. I'll offer something. Offer something? Like what? Money? He purses his lips together doubtfully, but I shake my head, unable to contain a smirk. I don't know. Maybe you could at least let me stare at you for a while without getting mad. How's that sound? Luca's cheeks turned a bright pink, letting me know my teasing was successful. Success! What kind of creepy thing are you trying to... You know what? I'm taking back my number. He tries to snatch the napkin away from me, but I hold it out of his reach, snickering to myself. It's actually pretty fun to see him get all flustered, especially... He tries to act so confident and cool. Listen, I'll help you out, alright? Lighten up a little. If you don't want to, just say so. Don't need to be a jerk about it. He mumbles under his breath sourly, crumpling the wrapper of his straw in one hand. Really, I don't mind. You were the one that said I didn't have anything better to do with my time, remember? When I give Luca a reassuring wink, he flicks his eye away and scowls, obviously embarrassed. Then he takes a last sip of his drink before hopping off the bar stool. I'd better not get any weird calls from you. Bitch, you gave your number to a stranger. I'll block you the second you start saying gross crap to me. Lucas shouts over his shoulder on his way to the door. I wave a dish towel at him casually, watching him disappear into the thick of the night. Silly kid. Who knows what kind of trouble he's trying to work his way into. I hope he gets home safely, though. He really looks like a perfect target for muggers or more unsavory types who hang around these parts. Unsavory. I like my dinner to be unsavory. Maybe I should have offered to get him a taxi. Oh well. When I'm alone with my thoughts, I suddenly remember the man in the hoodie. But when I glance over to where he was sitting at the booth, no one's there. We're gonna end it here because I said so. Let's make sure. No. This down one is to do it. Yes. We'll continue there. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy this. This is gonna be a new thing that's happening in my life. Okay, bye!